What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we're going to be adding another episode to the Deep Dive series, and that is going to be for the Pokemon Genesect. So Genesect ended up having the special research come out for it, and a lot of people were kind of like on the fence as to whether or not they should do it. I'm actually very close to finally being done with it, not quite there, just because of the virus stuff going on. It's been a little bit slow on that end, but regardless of that, once Genesect gets released into the public for everyone to have, you're going to be curious about this Pokemon, whether it's going to be good from the raid side, PvP, what exactly should you use this Pokemon for? Is it going to be worth it to just go absolutely all out on this Pokemon? We're going to be discussing that today. If you do enjoy this type of video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Genesect. With a max AP of 3,353, Genesect is a dual type of bug as well as steel typing. Now, as far as this Pokemon is concerned, we are going to actually be taking a look at it from the bug typing as well as the steel typing. And to be honest, a lot of people are really focusing in on the comparison versus a Scizor. You'll see that a lot, kind of like debating on Genesect over Scizor. What's going to end up being like the better one? We'll be talking about that for sure. And I'll also show some stats to kind of give you some comparisons as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the stats. As far as the highlight is concerned, it's definitely going to be the attack stat. So the attack stat of 252 actually ranks out at 47th in Pokemon Go. And then its worst stat is its stamina stat at 174. That ranks out at 268th in Pokemon Go. But regardless of all of that, it maintains an overall ranking of 63rd in the game. So I'll go ahead and put up some stats for Scizor just so you can get a brief comparison between the two. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk a little bit further about Genesect. We're going to actually dive into the moveset because, to be honest, this is where they are going to differentiate a little bit. Not necessarily away from the bug side, but just everything else. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Number one, we have Fury Cutter and X Scissor. So both of those Pokemon actually have that, so that's not going to be anything different. But as far as the quick moves and all that stuff are concerned, we got Metal Claw and Magnet Bomb, which is kind of interesting because we could go the double steel route. And then, of course, with something like a Scizor, you've got a little bit different of a move set. A lot of people offer to or opt to use Night Slash, for example, especially in something like PvP. So that's something to consider. Magnet Bomb, not that bad. Metal Claw, not that bad. Fury Cutter as well as X Scissor, not that bad. So as far as the moveset is concerned, nothing is really holding Genesect back. But we definitely want to go ahead and take a look at the raid performance first, and then of course PvP. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now at first we're going to look at it from the bug typing. Now just keep in mind that this is not the top of the list. It actually starts out at 22nd to finally find the Genesect as far as the performance is concerned. Mostly to do with Mewtwo just having so many different types of moves, including Flamethrower, which Genesect is going to be double weak to, as well as that Shadow Scizor as well. But you can see here the Genesect actually outperforms a Shadow Scizor, but still it is ranked down at 22nd, at least versus a Mewtwo. So now on the flip side of it, when we take a look at it versus the Steel types, or at least with Steel type moves, we're going to go up against a Regirock, and you're going to have to go pretty far down on this list to finally find Genesect in at the number 30 position. But you're not going to find a Pokemon like the Scizor here just because of the way that the moveset ends up working out. It doesn't have anything to be able to compete on the same level as Genesect. So we've seen that Genesect is pretty much outperforming the Scizor wherever they kind of like go head to head. Of course, Scizor can do a couple of different things as far as its moveset is concerned, but that really gets highlighted into PvP. But we'll go ahead and recap everything once we get to the end of that. So let's go ahead and jump into the PvP side of things. As far as its best performance is concerned, it ended up doing very well in the Masters League, where there's just going to be an unlimited CP. So if you are interested about the actual IVs, you want to have a perfect set. But even then, what you're going to end up finding out is it's ranked at 42nd. So that could be a kind of expensive pick to get just for a number 42, where you're going to have to get 100 candy to be able to unlock that secondary charge move. And then, of course, a ton of candy just to be able to power up this Pokemon. And then finally, it can't be lucky. So it's going to be a heavy investment. But as far as its key matchups are concerned, it is a good matchup versus Togekiss. Now, that's very interesting to me, because Togekiss is just such a beast. You see a lot of them. It's also good against Mewtwo, And then finally, Darkrai is probably like another one to point out, but I know Darkrai gets put up high in the rankings, but I honestly just haven't seen a lot of them. But anyways, as far as its top counters are concerned, taking a look at this list, I mean, Heatran's really the biggest threat as far as actually being used in PvP, so that's something to kind of consider. And then as far as its moveset is concerned, you want to go with Fury Cutter, X-Scissor, and then finally Magnet Bomb. So go with that double bug and then add on Magnet Bomb. Magnet Bomb is going to be what really helps you actually take out that Togekiss. So it is very important to unlock that secondary charge move if you're wanting to be successful from PvP. So let's go ahead and wrap everything up. Yes, Genesect is technically going to be just as good, if not better, than a Pokemon like Scizor, but at the same time, you really have to back up and say, okay, let's just say that Genesect is the best bug-type Pokemon. Does that really matter? For me, I actually don't think it does. I think that the bug type is really underrepresented as far as its performance and stuff is concerned. Whenever you end up with two Pokemon that are both super effective against something like a Psychic type, like Mewtwo for example, you're not seeing a Pokemon like Genesect near the top. Even if it is the best of the bug type, it's getting smashed by so many other typings, so that's just something to kind of keep in mind. As far as powering up this Pokemon, honestly, I'm going to go with a big no, unless you really want to use it for the Masters League PvP, but then again, you'll have to unlock a secondary charge move. So ultimately, I see this Pokemon as more of a flex than anything else. If you're wanting to fully power it up, unlock a secondary charge move, all of that stuff, I would opt to just say, don't really worry about this one. It's not necessarily the greatest. It looks really cool though, so that's definitely something to kind of bring it back. But anyways, I would love to know what you think about Genesect in the comments section below. Do you plan on using this Pokemon, and how do you plan on using it? Anything and everything, let me know in the comments section below, and I will see you next time. If you want to develop a deeper connection, I would highly recommend you to check out Patreon. We've got a lot of really cool things going on over there. Check out all of these supporters that we have. We are almost up to 100. We are also posting some special content, some behind the scenes work. And if that is the type of thing that interests you, I would highly recommend you to check it out.